Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Keeping It Real. I'm Reverend Laura, and it's my pleasure to be back here again with you on this beautiful Thursday morning. This month, we're talking about the practice of unity, and today I want to talk about it from a slightly different point of view. Usually when we think of unity, we think of it as something that is mostly done when we are in conjunction with other people. But I want to talk about it how unity is a very personal practice, how oftentimes in our lives we are feeling lonely or isolated from other people, and those are actually symptoms of a lack of unity in our lives. And sometimes those manifest themselves in some extreme ways. Sometimes it's just an alienation or even feeling an estrangement from others. But sometimes we deliberately cut ourselves off from others by our anger, by our behavior, by our arrogance. We may be very protective of our own individual areas and our own individualistic point of view, and we are often interested in having it our way. And these are actual symptoms of a lack of unity in our lives. They are symptoms of separation, where we are feeling that we are not connected to others around us. And oftentimes these tendencies lead us to build walls or to join in groups that are separate from other aspects of society, whether that be economic groups, racial, ethnic groups, social, sexual, religious, doesn't matter. We gate ourselves off. We wall ourselves off into these little insular communities, and we very seldom show any interest in anything that's happening outside of our walls. And those are definitely signs that unity is needed in our world. I got my friend here with me this morning. Unity is more than just being with other people. It's more than just having a passing acquaintance with our neighbors or a superficial feeling of community. Feelings of unity run deeper and last longer, and they can broaden our spiritual life in all directions. And so how do we do that? How do we actually begin to practice this feeling of unity more than just inside of our own little lives? And one of the things that we can do is to take note of how we respond to anyone that we deem as different from ourselves. How are we responding when we just see the people that are different, or people that are acting different, or people that look different, or any of the things, whether that difference is a gender difference, racial difference, ethnicity, socioeconomic status? How do we feel when we see people that are different than ourselves? I know for me, 15, 20 years ago, when I first started in this philosophy, we had a huge influx of unhoused people here in Las Vegas. And so, you couldn't go to any street corner without seeing someone that was asking for assistance, with their signs and so forth on the street. And it made me feel disturbed inside all the time. Like I felt like I needed to do something, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the funds to just continuously give out money and so forth. And so I felt disturbed. And so I noticed that disturbance within myself as I was driving around. And so, like I said, I had just started in at the center here in Las Vegas. And one of the things I heard was a song by, it was sung by Karen Drucker. I'm not sure if she's the composer of the song, but the song was You Are the Face of God. And so what I started doing is whenever I saw anyone that caused any kind of disturbance within me, I would sing that song. I would look at them. Of course, this is done in my car. I'm not singing it to the person so that they can hear me, but it's doing it all for me. And I would sing the song, You Are the Face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. And I would just do that until I felt that disturbance ease. But what that was me a way of bridging that gap between someone I saw as different than myself, bridging that gap and healing those feelings of separation that I had as I went through my day. And it didn't take too long before I no longer had those feelings when I came upon anybody on the street corner. And it really works. And I do that now in different situations. If I'm in a conflict situation, I will often think, God is the only person here in the room. And this person too is the face of the divine. And so these kind of practices help ease those feelings and help bridge that gap between separation and unity. Take the opportunity this week and find those times when you are feeling a little disturbance in yourself, centered around someone that you perceive as different. And practice that. Practice that idea of there is only one thing. There's only one face of God here, one presence of the divine, and it is showing up in all of its beautiful ways. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you back here next week on Keeping It Real. Molly says goodbye too.
Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.